Cardinals get a walk-off World Series win on bizarre play. Game 3 of the World Series ended in unusual fashion Saturday night, as a ninth-inning obstruction call on Boston third baseman Will Middlebrooks resulted in umpires awarding a base to Street Lewis Allen Craig, bringing the winning run home and putting the Cardinals ahead in the series, 2-1. It's reportedly the first time an obstruction call has ended a World Series game, and it brought an end to a nearly 4-hour contest in which the Red Sox had twice rallied from 2-run deficits, most recently in the 8th inning. The game's final score was 5-4. Here's how the last half of the ninth unfolded at Busch Stadium. With the hosting Cardinals batting last, the team was down to 2 outs when Yadier Molina singled. Allen Craig followed with a pinch hit double off Boston closer Koji Uehara, sending the ball down the line into left field. Boston threw its infielders in to prevent a run, and that strategy seemed to pay off when Street Lewis John Jay grounded to a diving Dustin Pedroia at second base. Pedroia threw home, where catcher Jared Saltalamacchia easily tagged the sliding Molina for the second out. Saltalamacchia then threw to third in an attempt to nab Craig, the team's cleanup hitter who returned from a foot injury to play in the World Series after missing the rest of the postseason. The errant throw brought Middlebrooks across the bag toward second, with Craig behind him. The third baseman couldn't corral the ball, which seemed to nip Craig's shoulder before heading into foul territory near left field. Craig popped up to make a dash for home, but he was tripped when a sprawling Middlebrooks raised his legs. That drew an obstruction call from third base umpire Jim Joyce, meaning that the play at home, in which the sliding Craig would have been out, didn't matter. In fact, initial replays seemed to show that Craig never touched home plate. At home plate, umpire Danny DeMuth signaled Craig safe, pointing to third base where the call had been made. Players from both teams converged on home plate in disbelief, the Red Sox displaying the angry variety and the Cardinals showing the happier sort. During the commotion, Craig remained on the ground. He was eventually helped off the field. He was asked later when he knew he had scored a walk-off run in the World Series. When I saw my entire team running out on the field," he answered. "I felt like I was running in slow motion," Craig said. "I was just trying to get home," he added. "I didn't have much in the tank." After the game, the umpires spoke to the media, another unusual move that seemed required in this case, when a call decided the game's final play. "Unfortunately for Middlebrooks, he was right there," Joyce said. "There was contact, and so he could not advance to home plate naturally." The umpires stressed the call was made regardless of intent, NPR's Tom Goldman reports. Middlebrooks said afterwards there was nothing he could have done to get out of Craig's way. "We have forced a couple of throws at third base that have proven costly," Red Sox manager John Farrell said. "Tonight was a costly throw." As Tom notes, the other bad throw to third came in Game 2, allowing Street Lewis to score. The Cardinals won that game, as well. Are the mishaps unfortunate coincidence, or is third base becoming Boston's Bermuda Triangle? Tom asks. Who knows what answers await? There will be 2 more World Series games in Street Lewis. Game 4 is tonight. As we reported yesterday, the 3-game homestand could allow the Cardinals to win out if they can sweep the Red Sox. It would also allow them to avoid returning to Boston, where an iconic field, boisterous fans, and the designated hitter rule await. In the news conference following Game 3, the umpires were joined by Joe Torre, who held up a copy of baseball's rule book to emphasize his point. Here's the relevant passage. "Obstruction is the act of a fielder who, while not in possession of the ball and not in the act of fielding the ball, impedes the progress of any runner,